Welcome, friends. My name is Avinash Gorakshekar, and I welcome all of you to another interesting episode of Konexio HighFlyers. Friends, in these episodes, we introduce to you emerging companies from emerging sectors and talk to them about their business models, their growth journeys, and their future prospects. And we also make it a point to introduce the company promoters to all of you so that all of us can understand their company's operations better. And friends, today we've got a very interesting company which is making a public issue soon. The company's name is Sharp Chunk and Machine Limited, and we have the pleasure of having the managing director and chairman of the company, Mr. Ajay Sikka. Ajay ji, welcome to the show, and thank you very much for sparing your valuable time with us today. I'm pretty sure that we'll have a very good productive session which will help us understand your company's operations much better. अजय जी एक सवाल जो मुझे काफी इंटरेस्टिंग लगा बिफोर वी गेट इनटू द डीपर डिटेल्स ऑफ योर कंपनी। ये कंपनी का नाम बहुत यूनिक है, तो ये कंपनी का नाम आपने कैसे चुना? अगर आप थोड़ा सा इसके बारे में हमको बता दें, बिकॉज दिस शार्प चक एंड मशीन लिमिटेड ये थोड़ा सा अलग नाम है, तो इसके बारे में सर बताइए।
Sir, actually, this is the name. Sharp is just, it is our parental company which has been started by my father. And we have initiated new product. Chucks is itself is one of our, main product in our company long back.
Okay.
So we just had a name. Chucks is usually is a machine tool item, which is apparently used in all kind of factories, manufacturing factories. You can say without chucks, none of the factory is able to work. It is just a start of the factory when you want.
Okay.
So you have to buy one chucks and all. So that's the way it is a unique into that source.
नहीं नहीं, आई थिंक अभी अभी नाम समझ में आ गया। आई अंडरस्टूड नाउ द रेलेवेंस ऑफ द नेम. Ajay ji, now coming to the first question, if you could tell us, what is the business model of our company and how did this journey start? Sir, आपने कंपनी शुरू कर दी, तो आपकी थोड़ा बिजनेस जर्नी के बारे में बताइए. ये बिजनेस आपने कैसे शुरू किया? Whether it was your first generation effort or whether it has come from your, father or maybe, somebody has passed on to you. So इसके बारे में सर कुछ बताइए.
Actually, this business has been started by my father. So I joined in way back 35 years back. So उसके बाद में ही ये journey start हुआ. The casting and forging we are doing, and we are working on the pan India basis some long back with the chucks and all. That we are working pan India and we do exports. So this business has been started my father has been started this business. So when I joined the company, then as you know, it's a Indian tradition to give some one of the factory to his son and all. Then my father has been. We are just starting a new project with the castings and all, and way back in '93, and starting this new venture. And after that, we just start building up corporate cultures and building up a new team. And this way it has been started. It is way back, 30 years back.
Okay, fine. Ajay ji, now tell me one thing. What are the key, industry segments which the company caters to? I was seeing from your prospectus that you cater to the automotive segment in a big way. तो कोई और इंडस्ट्री सेगमेंट्स ऑटोमोटिव के अलावा भी आप अपने प्रोडक्ट्स को सप्लाई करते हो? इसके बारे में कुछ जानकारी दे दीजिए.
Actually, we are basically our big revenue is came from the tractor industry, and we are the OE suppliers to all the major tractor manufacturers in India, like Mahindra and Mahindra, Swaraj Mahindra, ITL International Tractor, Escorts, and we are also having a small share, but we are trying to penetrate through the railways and to the defense also, and some 5 to 10% we are doing exports also. So we have a diversified business, diversified model of the sales, not in all together. It is a different segmented we are doing.
Exactly. अजय जी, इतने साल आप ट्रैक्टर मार्केट को केटर करते हो. यू आर सेइंग दैट यू ऑल हैव गॉट अ वेरी डाइवर्सिफाइड प्रोडक्ट सेगमेंट. नाउ टेल मी वन थिंग, लाइक व्हाट इज द काइंड ऑफ डोमेस्टिक मार्केट अपॉर्चुनिटी व्हिच यू सी फॉर योरसेल्फ? लाइक अगले 2-3 साल में डबल डिजिट ग्रोथ रहने की पॉसिबिलिटी रहेगी, क्योंकि अभी तो ऑटो मार्केट बहुत ही अच्छा चल रहा है, ट्रैक्टर मार्केट भी काफी अच्छी तरह से ग्रो कर रहा है. सो व्हाट कुड बी योर थॉट्स ऑन द ग्रोथ पोटेंशियल ओवर द नेक्स्ट से 2 to 3 years फॉर योर कंपनीज प्रोडक्ट्स?
You see, sir, we are our location is very good for this, because as we are into the business of the casting, which is almost 70% of our overall business share in our business. And our location is, casting is pretty heavy castings were there. So we have developed recently. We have invested some big money in our factory to improve our capabilities and the quality. So we are catering like international tractors, Sonalika, when you talk about, so they are hardly stone throw away from our factory of 35 kilometers in the radius. Mahindra Swaraj is hardly 150 kilometers from our radius. And we have a team which we developed such a components, which are already they are buying, but they are outsourcing it from the west belt and the south, like Kolhapur, and from the south, Nagpur side and all there, Maharashtra and Chennai, they are buying. So we developed with the help of their expertise from their tractor industry, and with our team have developed such a component, which is, I think, we are having an edge on that for the next at least you can say 3 to 4 years. We developed such a components which they are outsourcing on us, because when one of the gearboxes and certain technical terms I don't want to use, the 100 kg casting they are buying from from south and all, so they have to pay more than 1000 to 1200 rupees kg. So when we are making them 3000 number of per month, and also the company has a huge saving, which is not from our pocket, but we can save their inventory levels and other stuff. So I think for the next 3 4 years period, we don't have a competitive in our region for those products which we have recently developed.
So, Ajay ji,
And
now tell me one thing. Currently, can you tell us something about what is the total capacity you have for castings? If you could tell us what is the yearly capacity, and secondly, when you sell the product to the customer, like आप escorts को supply करते हो, दूसरे tractor companies को supply करते हो, तो are these value-added machined components, or are they basically components which later on get machined at the customer's end? So if you could clarify this.
we are working in the both kind of thing. In some of the critical component which we are doing only the casting, and half of our capacity we are machining in house, and we have also have the cross vendor near to the customers as a tier two suppliers to them. So we are doing both 50-50% and all, because the bigger casting, the critical casting, the customer is intent to machine in house. But slowly, as they are in enhancement of their capacity, we have a future target to start in house also, to increase our machining capacity also.
Okay. And what would be the total install capacity in tonnage, Ajay ji, castings के लिए?
Yeah. We have the installed capacity is around now. Recently, last year we have installed and invested a lot of money, as I told you, and now we have an installed capacity is around 3000 metric ton per month, including our forgings and all. So as of
Okay.
now, we have already running at the type capacity of around you can say the 60% of that, around 1700 and 1800 ton. But for to complete that 90% or 80% of our capacity, we have already signed off the mandates with our existing customer. As I told you that we are developing new component and all which are under trial and all. So I think by next year 24-25, we are engaged our capacity to 80 to 85% of the total capacity.
Okay. Yeah. अजय जी, currently what is the total workforce strength of our company? कितने workers हमारे पास अभी है as of date?
We, yeah, we know, we are having a contractual workers and in-house workers. And if you talk about contractuals and other workers, we are having a force of around 800 to 1000 numbers
Okay.
altogether.
अच्छा, Ajay ji, now tell me one thing. कि, you have been in this industry for a very long time. Your father started this business, then you joined the business. In our business, what is the differentiating factor as far as our company is concerned compared to other players who are operating? You said logistics is one major advantage. You are
Yes.
nearby to the customer. इसके अलावा सर और कोई ऐसे क्वालिटेटिव पॉइंट्स है जहाँ पे हम समझते हैं कि आपकी कंपनी बहुत अच्छा काम कर रही है और ये हमारे लिए अच्छा पॉजिटिव है, तो इसके बारे में कुछ बताइए.
You see, one of the thing is we are under one roof, everything like mostly the company are competitive are having either casting or forging. In
हाँ.
our belt, number one is our strength is we have both casting and forging. And
Okay.
as I told you earlier, also we are giving 70 to 60 to 70% as machined components to the customer,
हाँ.
where the customer is willing to do, and we are just supporting with him. And secondly, logistic is already the big factor, because the customers don't want to pay up more in such a competitive market.
Exactly. ठीक है, तो ये आई मीन दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट you have casting and forgings combined as a product to offer to clients, and plus you have a logistic advantage, so which actually helps you position yourself better in the market. Ajay ji, if you could share with us the broad financials for FY23, अगर आप थोड़ा सा हमको आपके कंपनी के ब्रॉड फाइनेंशियल्स के बारे में बताएं, कितना रेवेन्यू हो गया, कितना प्रॉफिट आपने FY23 के लिए रिकॉर्ड किया है, वो जानकारी अगर आप दें।
You see, last year we have a turning around about almost at near to 207 crores grossly, and this year we have already crossed the sales of 115 crores by now, and the EBITDA margins were around 11% to the last year, and probably
बट पिछले साल अजय जी प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स कितना था अपना फॉर
it's around
FY23?
7 crores.
ओके, एंड ये बात मैं समझ लूं, आई मीन लेट मी गेट इट वेरी क्लियरली फ्रॉम यू दैट आवर EBITDA margins were around 10% you said, but now obviously if machining increases, business increases, then can we expect that these margins can get better over the next say couple of years? थोड़ी सी पॉसिबिलिटी रहेगी यहाँ पे?
Yeah, operational margins will be definitely high because we have enhancement our capacity to, as I told you, from almost double. And the best part is the man force, the management, the team, those higher management operations cost will come down. So
Okay.
then there will definitely, when we don't have an operational cost, will be increasing in the cost of production. So, but naturally, it will be improve our EBITDA margins into that.
Okay. Acha, one thing Ajay ji, which I wanted to also ask you, which got left out, is that we have a installed capacity roughly of 3,000 tons per month, which you said. Can you tell us, what is the kind of number of SKUs you make, like across your product segments, like casting, forgings? कितने SKUs हम लोग बनाते होंगे मोटा मोटा?
Nashi, this is a huge numbers are huge. In casting, we are having more than 100 SKUs, and in
Okay.
forging, we have more than 200, 300. Apart from that, we are having some hardware business also, which we are exporting to the
Okay.
America and European market, which is we having
Okay.
selling the big chain stores in the tier 2 suppliers to Walmart, Lowe's, and other stuff. So there's
Okay.
altogether is, if you talk about, there's around 300 plus SKUs we are
Okay.
making.
Okay. Okay. ठीक है, अजय जी, अभी let me ask you a very important question, which is very important for you as well as us. Sir, can you share your IPO plans? अभी कंपनी IPO कर रही है, तो IPO का ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है? What is the kind of size of the fund offer? And basically, if you could tell us, when this IPO is going to hit the market, for the benefit of our viewers.
Yeah, we are actually expecting by the before this 30th of September 23. And general, we are just giving this IPO as we have already had the SIDBI is our equity partners in our company. So we are basically giving them an exit, and
Okay.
around 6% of the further equity we are liquidating of our own for the very nominal numbers to meet up our day-to-day affairs and to
Okay.
capitalize.
बट इसमें कोई फ्रेश इशू है या पूरा OFS है?
Yeah, offer for sale में 20% is, I guess, near to the 20% is offer for sale, and 5 to 6% we are liquidating upfront.
Okay. Okay. Right. और दूसरी बात, नाउ अजय जी, कमिंग बैक टू द इम्पोर्टेंट बिजनेस रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन, इज दैट नॉर्मली हमारे धंधे में, इन आवर बिजनेस, व्हाट इज द वर्किंग कैपिटल साइकिल? टिपिकली बाय द टाइम यू गिव द प्रोडक्ट टू द कस्टमर, यू मेक इट, गिव इट टू द कस्टमर, कितने दिन में कस्टमर पैसा आपको देता है?
So that is little on the higher side, as you know, customer, and if you are in the market and auto market and all, you see the customer has a very variation in the models. So it is just supplying sometime if you talk about the tractor, they having a between the range from 15 HP to 75 HP. So it depends the drive. For that we have to increase a little more size of our inventory side, because we have to keep around 90 days including from manufacturing to production. It will take around 90 to 100 days, you can say, because sometimes we are schedule will be changed, and suddenly they are catering to whole of the pan India market, and sometimes they need some other models and all. So we are keeping the inventory to the more on the higher side to don't lose the business.
Okay. Okay. Understood. Ajay ji, now coming to the broader, market opportunity for you. You said you are a large player to the tractor market. India का tractor market बहुत बड़ा है. A lot of companies like Mahindra, Sonalika, which you mentioned, are introducing almost every year 4 5 new models are introduced. So क्या ये हम मान के चले कि जितने ज्यादा मॉडल्स ये कंपनीज लॉन्च करेंगी तो उतना पोटेंशियल हमको रहेगा, क्योंकि हर प्रोडक्ट जो आप सप्लाई करोगे वो मॉडल वाइज
Absolutely,
कस्टमाइज होगा?
absolutely right, Avinash sir. As you know, the model is one part, and you know we are having a top management meetings with the top management. You know that Escorts has been taken over by the Kubota Japanese company, and ITL there is also the Yanmar company, Japanese company is there. They are trying to make India as a manufacturing hub for their Southeast Asian market, being a we are labor competence and all. And you know, for your information, whatever the numbers, last year we are just whole over the tractor market will be touch around about 9 lakhs and 9.75 lakh tractors around. And their numbers, when we talk to their senior management and we are having a regular meeting with them, in the coming 25-26, everybody is expecting to the market total number will go up to 1.5 and one quarter 1.5 or 2 million, which is a substantial growth of 100% coming up within the next of 2 years. And for that, of course, they need this. Casting is one of the major component in this tractor.
ठीक है। और अजय जी, जस्ट वन सिंपल एलिमेंट्री क्वेश्चन दैट अभी आपकी जो कास्टिंग की कैपेसिटी है 3000 टन पर मंथ है, अभी 1800 टन आप बना रहे हो, तो आगे चल के विल यू रिक्वायर एनी एडिशनल इंक्रीज इन कैपेसिटी? सो एनी काइंड ऑफ कैपेक्स प्लान्स व्हिच यू हैव इन माइंड मे बी आफ्टर द
Not,
करंट ईयर गेट्स?
not, yeah, Vinashji, not now. As I told you that recently, last year we have already invested into big
ओके,
money in our company
ओके,
to expand ourselves. Yes, definitely when we have a tie up with our existing customer as they are growing. So if they give us
हाँ,
an opportunity, and also definitely we can jump not to the like 20-30% jump will be there. Then we have a process in our planning to make the capacity enhancement from 3,000 to 8,000 tons. But
ओके,
that is in the another 2-3 years periods of time.
ओके,
Still, we have to accommodate with all the capacity what we have.
ओके, ओके। ठीक है अजय जी, नाउ वन वन क्वेश्चन व्हिच इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर द शेयर होल्डर कम्युनिटी। अभी तो कंपनी आईपीओ कर रही है, यू विल हैव लॉट ऑफ एक्सटर्नल शेयर होल्डर्स बिकमिंग योर कमिंग इन द फैमिली ऑफ द शेयर होल्डर्स ऑफ आवर कंपनी। तो अजय जी, व्हाट वुड बी योर ब्रॉड मैसेज टू देम, बिकॉज आपने कंपनी अभी तक खड़ी कर दी है आपके मेहनत से। गोइंग फॉरवर्ड, व्हाट वुड बी योर मैसेज फॉर दीज शेयर होल्डर्स ओवर द लॉन्गर टर्म? हाउ वुड यू बी एबल टू रिवॉर्ड देम? कुछ मैसेज होगा तो इफ यू कैन शेयर विद अस।
So you see, we have this very clear vision on that. Sidbi was invested certain amount in the 5-6 years back, and now it is offered for sale. Is almost they get on a growth of 50% of their investment. And same in future, as we told you that we are growing the numbers and all. So their money will be on the safer side, and probably they will get good returns on their investment.
नहीं, ठीक है। इनफैक्ट अजय जी, लास्ट क्वेश्चन टुडे, बेसिकली सर हर धंधे में रिस्क होता है, हमारे धंधे में भी रिस्क होता है, लेकिन हमने हमारे जो ऑपरेशंस है वो अच्छी तरह से मैनेज किए हैं। लेकिन आपके हिसाब से, अकॉर्डिंग टू यू, व्हाट इज द सिंगल मोस्ट रिस्क इन आवर बिजनेस व्हिच इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अस टू सर्वाइव इन द लॉन्गर टर्म, एंड हाउ
Yeah,
हैव यू
Avinash.
मैनेज्ड?
Yeah, Avinash sir, as you said, it's a risk is in every. Without risk, nothing is there. Even when you walk on the road, we are at risk. So, in generally, that in our as India is it's the largest. We are agriculture-based country, and we have only risk when you have a more heavy floods and all the civil some climate amenities were there. But even in that case, also the government is coming up with, and government is having if you saw their budget, there's very hefty amount they were spending on the agriculture infrastructure and development. We don't have that kind of see because we are in this business last with specifically in 50 years period. We saw hardly dip in 2, 3, 4 months in all this period. So as I told you, the market is everybody. The all major international players are coming to India to expand their manufacturing processes and all. So I don't think so. There will be any big challenges into that.
एनीवे, आई थिंक अजय जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच, वी हैड अ वेरी गुड डिस्कशन, और आपसे बहुत कुछ कंपनी के बारे में हमको पता चला। तो व्यूअर्स, आई होप दैट दिस इज गोइंग टू बी अ वेरी प्रोडक्टिव सेशन फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस। अजय जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर योर
Thank you
वैल्यूएबल
so
टाइम,
much, sir. Right.
टू यू,
Thank you so
द
much.
एंटायर मैनेजमेंट टीम। और सर,
Right.
आपका आईपीओ के लिए भी हमारे बेस्ट विशेस। थैंक यू।
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.